Hey, everybody, welcome back. And if you're here for the first time, welcome to Kleaning Life with Kia. I am Kia, and this is my podcast. And so, what we do here is just talk about cleaning, we talk about life and everything that happens in between. I have a cleaning business here in the Tulsa, Oklahoma area, surrounding areas, and that's what I do. I do cleaning, decluttering, organizing, basically just some amazing home management. So I am just using my business as a platform to come on here and just talk about those everyday things that occur in our lives while we're trying to manage our cleaning life, as it is just kind of embedded into everything that we do. I tell people all the time this may not be the podcast for you because just like a lot of other things, cleaning may not be important to you, but I know that there are some people that is very important to them, and I'm one of them. So even if you can't afford a cleaning service or a person to come in, or maybe you just don't want to and you're just looking for tips and just some life hacks and just a place where you can come to be relatable, this is the place. And so I just thank you for being here. I'm here every first and third Tuesday, and I just give thanks and I'm grateful that you're here catching me live or either the replay. So it's not going to be anything like really hot and heavy this week on the show. I I've been wanting to do like some more tips and just some more fun stuff. I wanted to get some guests on here, and I have just a lot of ideas that I want to execute while I'm here. But I'm the type of person, I go with the flow, and whatever on my heart to talk about and on my mind to talk about, that's what I talk about. A lot of times I talk about things that are currently relatable in my life. So that's kind of gonna be the situation tonight. And excuse me, I'm gonna be padding. I am in a garage. It is hot out here, and I had a little fan out here, and it went out. I just had to blow dry my hair and tie it down because it was gonna be all frizzy. So it's crazy. Oh, I'm not gonna be on here long. Keep y'all, I promise. But just like I said, I'm human, even though I clean, and people are always bragging and they're in amazement because I do a really good job. I do. I'm not even like trying to be cocky or bragging about it. Like I really do a good job. I've been doing it for a long time. I'm very intentional with my services. So they're supposed to be bragging because I designed it that way. Um, but everybody just don't have it in them all the time. Not even me. Like I'm human, and people just think, "Oh, you just got it together. You know how to do this. You know how to do that." Yeah, but guess what? I'm still human, and I've just noticed not only with myself, but with a lot of people around me, people that are close, and even people that aren't so close. You get a whiff and a whim of kind of like, what's kind of going on out here in people's lives. You're not being nosy, and you're not in it, but it's life, and you pay attention. If you pay any attention, you can just tell when things are going on. So. Life has just been life in here lately. And when you have a ton of responsibilities, it is so hard and difficult sometimes trying to keep everything in alignment and trying to keep everything balanced. I am really good with managing my time and my responsibilities. I'm really good at that. And a lot of people, they just aren't. It doesn't make you bad or anything. It's just um, my life's journey. It has required me to be a quick thinker, stay on my toes, be very solution oriented, and then move quick, but move intentional. And so I've just carried that out. Everybody doesn't possess that. And there's a lot of things that other people possess that I don't either. So I'm not knocking or bragging, it just is what it is. But even for me here lately, like I'm good at that type of stuff. Like I'll have projects. I'm talking about just personal in my home, things I'll need to take care of. And I make strong to-do lists and all of that type of stuff, and I try to stay ahead of the game. And then sometimes it still isn't enough. It doesn't matter how much planning you do. It doesn't matter sometimes how prepared you are. Um, Things will still fall under the crack depending on what's going on. So in my case, life has just been life and it's just been an array of things that's been going on. And not necessarily that everything has been bad. Some things have required more attention and intention than other things. Um, Been just kind of moving some things around in the house, getting some things taken care of. I was talking today and letting my clients know um, over the months of like July and parts of August that I had to step back. I had to pull back a little bit because I'm always on point. Like I still work a full-time job and I do the business as well. So I'm always going, and I have my kids. If anybody know me, those kids and my home, like I have to make sure that things are like in order before I can go out and do anything for anybody. Just know I have to make sure that things are taken care of on this end. Um, and so here lately, it wasn't like I said anything just bad in particular. It's just been a lot of different stuff. You know how you just have a lot? Is it just me? But you know how sometimes like you just have a lot going on at one time. And normally I'm really good. Like things come up instantly. I can handle it. I can process it. I know how to figure it out. Like it's really not a big deal. And that's one of the things that really just make me unique. But here lately, yes, it has been a full plate for me. I mean, to the point where I was even wondering, like, okay, kid, like, you gotta get your mind together to figure out how you're gonna be able to handle this, whether you're gonna handle it at all. So you have so much stuff going on, and just sometimes mentally you don't feel like dealing with your house. Physically, you don't feel like dealing with it. You might be too tired. Um, you may not be motivated. There's just a list of things that could be going on. And so my question is, when you have those things going on, do you buckle under pressure? Like, what do? Do you buckle under pressure? Do you push through it when you're unmotivated and you're tired and you don't have any help or little to no help? And I'll get to those places sometimes, and I was there here just right now, just in it. And for me, um, it just kind of depends on what's going on. Sometimes um, I will buckle like for like a few minutes. It won't last for maybe like a day, but I have to like kind of get my bearings about myself. But ultimately, I have to push through. But mentally, I already have a plan. Even if I know things aren't going the way that I would like for them to go, and the flow of the house isn't going the way that I need for it to go, I can already acknowledge that my mind is going into a different place, that I'm feeling some type of way. And I'm already trying to figure out a solution. Whether I have to push through it, I have to make the decision like, here, can you actually push through it? Because it may be some things that's going on that requires my attention, and it requires me not shutting down and buckling under the pressure. And then sometimes it may not even just be you buckling under the pressure. It may just be you sitting down and taking a step back and resting and thinking. So even though for me lately I've been busy, I've had to take a lot of several seats to just try to collect my thoughts and get myself together, because if I don't have my stuff together in my mind, then I can't do anything for my children. I can't run my own household, and I definitely can't go out and help other people, because that's my job, to help. It is not to bring the energy of, being tired or unmotivated or whatever it is I got going on. That's not for my clients. I don't ever bring that to them. And who you see is who you get. I don't change masks. So if you see me, and most of the time I am very positive, and I'm always authentic, and I'm happy, and but if I'm not, or if I'm feeling some way, then I'll let you know that too. Like I don't fake it or anything like that. So no, you cannot pour from an empty cup. So I realized that I notice a lot of people, they'll just go hard. They'll just try to do everything for everybody. They work all these jobs, they do this, they do that, but then they have nothing for themselves. And then you have nothing in your home. And then your house be a mess. So there were some things that I needed to get done in my home, that it wasn't that I was putting it off. I just mentally I have a time frame and a way that I have to get things done. It's a whole process. And so I've been working on things, little by little, and um, getting things done. But then I had an opportunity where I was off from work for a little while. And so actually, I was planning on going on a trip, but the plans fell through. So I was like, you know what? And I wasn't mad. I didn't feel any way about it because I already knew what it was about. I needed to stay home and get some things done. Um, but in the midst of all that, it just dawned on me, and I was paying attention, and I didn't know really, like, exactly, like, how much stuff I needed to get done in order to make me feel better. I knew that it needed to get done, but I never stopped to really take in the impact that it would have on me. So when I go to my client's home, um, they're always bragging because, like I said, I'm intentional and I do a great job. But when you go in and you do a good declutter or a good deep clean and a good general clean, like, I can even feel it, and I don't even live there, and I can feel how good it feels and how lighter the air is and the energy is in the house, and the client can definitely, like, I've literally had clients, like, cry because just having that weight lifted, it just meant everything. And so, and I can definitely identify, and I know what that feeling is, but I haven't done that for myself in a while. So I took out the time to really do it. I'm telling you, man, these kids that we were in here, they clean. I was supposed to look, they thinking I'm gonna be out of town somewhere gone. Ended up staying home, look, and ended up there in here cleaning baseboards. Like, we had to do like some cleaning. Like, I moved everything out the house like we're moving, and like basically kind of like started from scratch with cleaning. And I felt so much better. I felt like the world had just been lifted um off of my shoulders. I felt so good. And the way that I had been feeling, especially with having time off, I could have just been like, forget it. I'm gonna just lay around the house. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm gonna rest and I'm not gonna pick up and lift a finger. And that would have been well deserved. If I had decided to do that, if that's what I had chose to do, please believe that it was more than well deserved because um I know people that are busy, but it'd be real hard to find people that are busier than me. And it ain't like a bragging thing. It's just like it's like I don't even want to be that busy. I just am. That's just what it is. So um it was just a lot. And like I said, I could have rested, but then there was that question I had to ask myself, do I, and I don't have like any help. And I'm telling you, I have had like a million different projects. I've had things that didn't go my way that I had to find a solution for. I'm doing all of this by myself with 4 children. Still got a full-time job because even though I'm off a few days, I was off a few days from that job, like it still haunts me because as long as you're working at these places and you know you got to go back, it haunts me. Just knowing like I got to go back tomorrow and I'm scared already because nobody want to go. Nobody want to do that. And then like you spending all those hours somewhere else, making someone else some money and stuff just not getting done at your house. And it just that bothers me. I don't know. But I could have rested and probably should have rested more. I'm okay with what I did. Don't get me wrong, because I accomplished a lot and I'm still accomplishing. It wasn't like I was off those days and I was able to get everything done. But even in that moment, I had to question myself because I was very, very tired and I was and been dealing just with a lot of different things from a lot of different like people been acting weird, they've been talking weird. Um, things that I needed to take care of in my home for myself to just kind of make things better. My closet was crazy. I had so much stuff in my closet that I wasn't wearing and I didn't need anymore. Um, and I'm aware of that every time I go in there, and it's been bothering me. So it's been little things that's around that has been bothering me. I just not have been able to have time to just put my eyes and my hands on it the way that I need to. So even at this point, when I had the opportunity to do it, something was like tugging me, like, do I go and I push through and start working on these projects that I have, or do I let the house become collateral damage? And that's what a lot of people do. They let their homes become collateral damage to the situations and circumstances that they have going on in their life. Okay, is it a bad thing if you let your house become collateral damage? And when I say that, it means just kind of let the house go, just leave it alone until you get out of this space of where you are. And I'm not even talking about like depression or anything like that because that's a different level. So I'm not talking about that. Like even with me, it's like I'm not depressed by no measure. It has nothing to do with that. But just have a lot of stuff to go on. I have a lot of stuff to process. I have a lot of stuff to do. And then I have other people that I'm responsible for. And I have to make sure they're good. Like I'm not subpar in my parenting. Like that is the most gangster shit I ever do is parenting. Oh, I'm a great mom. I don't need no pats on the bag. I don't need no accolades. I tell people that all the time. And yep, you can call it bragging, confident, cocky, whatever it is. But that I know because I am intentional every second that I'm breathing to make sure that I am being the best that I can, as a parent. And I do the same thing like when it comes to my business and just dealing with people in general. Um, but you can't do it all. I have to make sure certain things, like I said, are just lined up. Now, for me, it's different because everybody is different and they're geared differently. So for me, even if I let the house go and be a subject of collateral damage, it's still okay. I'm already anticipating it beforehand. I'm having conversations with myself. Kia, yeah, you ain't just you just ain't just feeling it all the way. You ain't just all the way there. And that's okay. You don't have to be on point like all the time. I'm the type of person, I get irritated because I'm so strong. I'm usually the strong person. I'm the person that people typically kind of rely on. I'm the helper. I'm the one that go. So a lot of times people don't even consider that I get tired. People don't even consider that I'm wiped out. Like, and even if they do, they just figure, well, she gonna handle it because I do. But I'm human, so I definitely have those feelings, and I have to make decisions because again, you can't pour from an empty cup. But I don't like my house looking a fucking mess either, and it is some nasty people out here, and I'm telling you, you let it go and you let it start to go, especially it's like don't make an excuse, especially if you're not like depressed or dealing with anything like that. Like you have to come up with a plan because out of all the stuff that I got to do, it still doesn't matter. I still have to take care of my home. I still have to make sure that things are handled and taken care of. I still have to lead by example. Um, and that's a hard thing to do because even if I'm lounging, like I get apprehensive because it's like I don't want these kids to see me just laying around not doing nothing. I want them to feel like it's okay. And even with that, I'm knowing my kids are cool with it. Um, Not that they shouldn't be cool, like they're gonna have a problem with it, but it's not like they're gonna take on those qualities and just be lazy for the rest of their lives. They don't do that. But what I notice with my kids, if I decide to step back from household responsibilities and kind of chill and kind of get my mind together, like they be chilling too. Like I'll take a little break, but then I notice like the dishes piling up, little stuff start to get out of it because they see me that I've fallen back a little bit. Then they'll try to fall back a little bit. And then we have to have a conversation because it's like, dude, I need y'all to step up. If I fall back a little bit and I say I'm tired, and I have conversations with my kids, and you have to be honest with the people. Dog, if you don't have anybody, that's another topic. But if you do have people in the home, what I've learned the best thing to do is to be absolutely positively honest. Like I am honest with them kids about everything. If I'm not feeling something or something is bad, whatever's going on, I just let them know because they deserve to know. They deserve that. And the good thing either way, just if I decide to push through, if something's going on, or if I decide to let the house become collateral damage for me personally, and this not doesn't apply to everybody because everybody's built differently. It really doesn't matter. Um, It really doesn't matter. Let's see. Do your client ask for assistance to prepare their homes for back to school for organizing? Yes, they do. So, um, the beginning of August for sure. It's been slower this year than it has been in the past years, but I'm sure I know certain people are going to reach out for sure. Um, Especially the beginning of August. It's going to be crazy because a lot of people are not going to be able to get in. Like they were waiting to the last minute. I can tell you right now, and I already know who these people are. But yes, people do have me. So that's like my back to school thing around July, end of July, August, because people are preparing for school. So the kids been doing what they do all summer long. So yes, they'll have me come in and we do stuff like go through their drawers and get rid of everything they've outgrown. Kids grow over the summer. I don't know what it is about summer, but it's like they grow extra fast and more during summer. So we'll take things out of their dressers, out of their closets, What I'll do sometimes, like my mom, I'm telling you, my moms, they love me, especially during this time of year, because I'll revamp the whole room, just like I did with my boys' room here not too long ago. I'll revamp the whole room. Um, and I'll change their furniture around. They be like, just have your way, just whatever it is that you want to do that. And so I do. So we're just gonna start just give it a whole new, fresh, basically a fresh start. We just throwing stuff away. We're donating things. We're getting that feng shui together and making the aesthetics of the room look better and feel better. And I love doing that stuff because I think the baby should be happy where they sleep and where they play and where they dwell. I did the same thing with my kids. Matter of fact, well, with two of the boys in their room, they got new bedroom furniture. So we got rid of everything, went through those closets, went through everything, everything. I said clean baseboard, like we did everything. Put the new beds and everything in there, and it just has a whole different feel to it, and they're ready. Like and I did that intentionally because school is about to start, and I want them to have a different energy when they go back to school from this lazy summer because it's just been a real lazy summer. And so they do have that lazy energy on them, like they're playing and they work and they do what they're supposed to do, but they still got that lazy energy. You know how you can get that lazy energy on you. But yes, so far as your house, just know what you're doing when you decide to take those subtle breaks. Because the thing about your house and running your household, especially if you have children and you got a lot of stuff going on within the house, it's just a constant flow. It's just a constant thing that never ever ends. And you have to just keep that in mind. So even for me, if I decide, you know what, I can't go any further. And sometimes you just have to be honest with yourself and be like, I can't do anything. Like I have to sit down, I have to get my mind together, I got to get my spirit together, whatever the case is, I got to get it together. Can I afford to let my house become collateral damage for a couple of days? You know, and a lot of times, sometimes it'll be like, yes, I'm gonna just let it be. Like sometimes, even with the kids, I don't even require them to do anything. We all be needing a break and we won't do anything. Now, I'm not saying we just up in here and just tearing the house down and making things. Now, we still going through our normal flow. You still maintain and clean up behind yourself, stuff like that. But um, you're not just real heavy on certain things. And it's because, you're trying to take a little break, and like your house does become collateral damage, but you still have to have a game plan when you come up from your break. Like don't stress yourself out, but it's like, okay, and then your house, your routine, the people that's there, so you already know beforehand what's going to get out of hand and what you're going to have to reel back together once you decide to get up and get back to moving again. And so in my mind, I already have it um just kind of in my mind knowing like, okay, I know that things are going to be looking kind of crazy. As soon as I decide to get up and get to moving around, I'm going to start in this room and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And yes, it may take me 3 days to get things back under control the way that I would prefer, but I'm willing to be okay with it and really just be okay with it. Be okay with it. It's like, your intentions, especially if you're not like a nasty person. Some people they dance, they don't care, but I'm talking about the people that actually care. It's okay to let it go for a little while. It's okay to give yourself some grace and not worry about it. Just don't let it get out of hand. Just don't start to just not care. And I'm sure that you do care. But that part is okay. I have done that a lot of times. Like, listen, house had to become collateral damage. We all needed a break, me and the kids. And I know Kabah, he'll be the main one because he be working and cleaning and stuff with me all the time. And he be like, whew, it's like, we ain't did nothing for a few days. And I'm like, yep. And I said, it feel good, don't it? And he was like, yeah, like sometimes it does feel good to do nothing, especially when you're busy all the time. And then those, so for me, even with a collateral damage, it's okay because I'm gonna prepare for it. I'm going to get it back together when it's time. But for the time being, the only thing that's important really is just making sure that I'm okay in all areas, you know, in all areas that I'm good. Now in the event that you decide to push through and like, I just mentally, sometimes it's like, I just want to let the house go. I need a little break. But then there's sometimes where you can't do that. Like sometimes you're not able to you have to push through for whatever reason. I don't know. You may be having guests come over, you may have it. I don't know, whatever, you know your life. It just be certain things going on and you just can't. So even when I'm having to push through, I don't overwhelm myself. I be okay with whatever I can do and whatever I can get done and whatever I can't get done and whatever I can't do, I'm okay with that as well. What I've learned about the house, especially with people, I'm so far past impressing. I keep a decent house, I keep a clean house, but I'm not impressing you because guess what? We live here. I'm not going to have everything like perfect and in place. Although I like for things to be in this place, it's just the aesthetics. I don't know, it just feels good. But the reality is I have 4 boys at the house. So it's not going to be like perfect all the time. It's just not. Um, and that's okay. But like I said, if I push through, decide to push through, I'm just gonna do what I can. And I'm gonna be so grateful and blessed that I was able to do that. I'm not gonna be ungrateful about any of it because the stuff will be there more to do the next day and the next day and the next day. So you don't have anything but time, if you're blessed to see it. To just handle your business. The whole gist of it all, I believe, is just really your mindset and your aspirations that you have for your home and the way that you want to live. I clean homes. I have seen it all. I see it all. I'm gonna see more. Like it's so many stories I could tell. It is insane. Um, and people do that mess. And I don't have any clients that are like this, but I've been in situations where I've been around people and they do this. And anything that you do, I'm gonna say this first. Anything that you do to better your home, kudos to you. No matter how little, no matter how big, or anything in between. Especially if your intentions are good, do you. It's not like a scale where you have to measure this type of activity. You just do what it is that you're supposed to do. Because there are a lot of people. I'm telling you, it's amazing when you have a house because all you got to do is close the door. People don't see what's going on in your house. You know what's going on in your house, and then it's just like a few others that may get a chance to view and peek their head in and see kind of what's going on. But you have people, I'm telling you, like, we are living in different times now. They close that door and honey, they be coming out and they be looking fly. Men and women, you be coming out looking fly. Like, and you associate it to like, man, they so clean, and you just think they like that way. They clean, they house clean, the kids clean, they mama clean, everybody good. Honey, you open up that door, and baby, it be a mess. It is some nasty, filthy, trifling, raggedy people out here. I'm telling you. So if you're not operating in that energy and you at least trying, be proud of yourself because there's some people out here, they honestly, they don't give a damn. They don't give a damn about nothing. House is filthy. You got your kids in the house. The house is filthy. It's just some people, they don't put in any effort. And I just think that it's sad, and they're really doing themselves a disservice because it is so much attached to the condition of your home, cleaning, organizing, and like mental health. I did some work in my own house for me, and I know the difference it makes. I know how it make you feel. I do this like all the time. That's all I do. And it was just until I was able to take some time for myself and really be super extra crazy intentional about doing some things that I needed to do in my own home. And I'm telling you that one night that I had got done doing a whole bunch of cleaning and rearranging and all this stuff, I just sat in the living room on the sofa and I just sat there. Like I just sat there in silence. I sat there, it was quiet. I just sat there. And I felt so good and I felt so accomplished and I felt so at ease, even though I had to push through. Because like I said, I had some days off and I really wanted to rest. And I deserve that too, because shit, I'm tired. Like it be a lot going on. And shit, I'm human. They be like, oh, man, he doing it. I be tired. But the thing that helped me is that it's a lot of stuff I don't engage in. I don't do gossiping. I don't do petty mess. I'm not messy. Um, I meditate, I pray, I go around people that love me and I love them and we reciprocate energy. We do all of that. So it's like for me, it's just really just a normal tired, but it's still like I'm human. And if it wasn't for the fact that if I didn't live my life the way that I did, it would be even worse because I don't see how people be out here gossiping and stirring up trouble and gossip and drama and stuff all the time. And then you think you think you're supposed to have the energy to clean your house. You tired. You tired from their foolishness, and now you can't handle your business. And even with me, I'm one of the most funniest, like happy go lucky. Like I love to laugh and have a good time, but even more than that, I love to make sure my business is handled. And that's why I'm able to go out and be silly and have fun and do what I do. And I don't be paying nobody no attention because I'm free because my business is handled. So that way I can move around and do what it is that I want to do, outside of that because I'm handling my business. So, and that's another reason why if my house, I decide to let it go and become collateral damage for a couple of days, I'm cool with it because I know that I am honestly doing the best that I can and I'm doing what I'm supposed to do um most of the time. And it's okay. It's just, at the end of the day, all of this um life, it just be life in. But even though we have to deal with this every day, it's just a part of it, like maintaining our space and making sure that everything is on the up and up. Um, like we're human and we have to figure out a way to get it done. And it's okay if things aren't perfect all the time. Like I said, life has just really been doing what it is that it does. And if you don't do anything but uh go wipe the go wipe your bathroom mirror off. I was just having a conversation right before the podcast started. We were talking about that, just that, like having toothpaste on your bathroom mirror. And it happens. Like even for me, like if I'm brushing, I be having toothpaste and I'm obsessed with flossing. So anytime I eat, I get that floss and you stuff be flicking on the mirror, you know, just take the time, have something already available. And I'm gonna talk about that on another podcast too, because I have just like a little kit in my bathroom, like with a microfiber towel, a little spray, have you little cleaner, and just clean that stuff up as you go. It makes it worse when you wait, and just try to do it later and clean it later. Um, so I'm going to give some hacks and stuff along the way to kind of help us out. And I've been doing it in the past and I'm going to continue to do it. But I don't know. This podcast may have been more so for me than for y'all. I don't know. Because like I said, life has just been life. And I have been confused a couple of days. Like, okay, do I just let it go and just take a break because I need a break? Or do I push through? Because I know that if I push through, the results are going to be so awesome and amazing. And so I kind of been doing a little bit of both. I let it be collateral for like maybe a day or so. But then after that, I was like, that's about all that I can do. And I just need to push through because I know that at some point I got to go back to work. And then once that's back in rotation, we simply just don't have time. And then you have to spend time with your children. You have other family members and other responsibilities. Um, it's just a lot. So those are just some questions that you can ask yourself when you start to see that life is picking up the pace and you're kind of looking around and your house is kind of getting out of order and things aren't um transpiring so far as what you need to get done in the home. If they're not transpiring the way that you see fit, ask yourself, am I tired? Do I need to take a break? Can I afford to take a break mentally, emotionally? If I take a break and the house get a certain way, is it gonna um, make me feel worse? And a lot of times I push through because I know I'm already feeling some type of way. And if I sit on it, for some days, I'm only going to feel worse than I would if I had just got up and kind of did some things to make it better on me later on. And it's never a wrong decision. Whatever you choose is the right decision because it's your choice. You just have to make sure that you're okay with it and that you can deal with the repercussions and the consequences, if any, that come behind like at any your decision. And it's any decision that you make. But from me to you and from you to me, it's just don't give up. We be thinking that we're not doing enough and we're not doing what we're supposed to do. And there are just some people out here, they are doing way worse than we're doing. And there's just some people that just absolutely cannot do any better. So in that moment, be grateful that you're able to do what it is that you do, even if it's taking a rest, and even if your house has to take a hit and become collateral damage while you're trying to get some things in line. I think the moral of it all is just don't give up. I felt like for a smidget of a second, like last few days, I felt almost defeated, and I do not like feeling that way. That is not a feeling that visits me often, and it was very unsettling. And I chose to push through on my responsibilities while dealing just kind of like with a lot of other things mentally, and it took a lot out of me. And typically that doesn't happen, and I haven't felt that way in a very, 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 very long time. And it was weird. I said, let me talk about that because we be feeling things and we be going through things and we be having a lot of things on our plate and life be doing this and we don't know what we should do and we be feeling bad about resting and I'm like, I know I am not the only person uh who deals with that. And I have been working just continuous and I've been doing a little bit by little bit by little bit. I have not been going crazy, but the progress that I've made has been outstanding. And in the process of all of that, I've been trying to just take a step back and put it all in perspective because, like I said, I do not like feeling like that. And it has been forever since I have remotely felt any type of unease about getting things done. So when I start having those feelings, I know it's time for me to take a step back and time to reevaluate some things. And if you have to step back and reevaluate some things when it comes to your home and the way that your motion is, so far as getting things done, guess what? It's okay. It's okay. Uh, People go through that. I I'm here with you. You are not by yourself. It be a lot of things that people just they don't talk about. Like they just absolutely refuse to be transparent. They just absolutely refuse to be real when we all dealing with the same shit every day. You just have a different name and you live in a different house and you got different kids and we got, all of that. We got different shit. But the process and the cycle of it, it's all the same and it's absolutely nuts. So with us having the same things that we're dealing with, we should be a lot more open and transparent on how to get through these things and how to handle um, certain situations. Um, but it'd be hard because don't nobody want to talk about that type of stuff. Like I said, they want to gossip and talk about drama and be on some other stuff that don't even mean nothing. It don't even matter. And I'm not used to spending my time like this. Like I like to talk about things that matter. I like posing solutions, and most of all, I like helping people. So I hope that this helped you a little bit. It helped me, if nothing else, to just kind of ramble a little bit because I've been dealing with that lately and it's been okay. And I'm just thankful I was able today to get just a little bit of rest. And I started on my hair, it's looking all crazy, and I got it down. I blow dried, it's hot out here, and I knew it was gonna frizz up looking crazy. And like I said, I've been up all this time. I've been working. I got to go back to work tomorrow. Like it just never, ever, ever ends. Ever, never, ever, ever. But at the end of the day, you must know that there are people out here that love you, that are praying for you, and we are all in the same boat, doing the same thing, just trying to get better. And the only thing we really need to get better about is just supporting each other and being transparent and talking about these things to help each other get through. Because it is definitely needed and it is definitely welcome. Send me some good energy, y'all. I appreciate y'all being here. I'll see y'all next time. And until then, do what works best for you. And whatever you decide, it won't be a bad choice because it's your choice. Bye.